What are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about rice. That's right?
Okay, good afternoon, lovely people. Feeling some inspiration from Chef Genomi from Italy. He always calls everyone lovely people. I love it. I'm going to talk to you about rice today. Sorry for the close-up. Lots of different types of rice. It's a staple. It's a type of grain. It is naturally gluten-free too, for those of you who like that. So many options out there. I'm going to talk to you a bit about my favorites, how you can cook them. So stay tuned.
So somebody went a bit crazy with buying rice. When we began the quarantine, I've got every type. I normally do have a lot on hand, but what do we got? We got basmati, jasmine. We got more basmati. We got more jasmine. We got brown rice. We've got instant brown rice. And I've got some other ingredients here I'm going to talk to you about. Salsa, canned tomatoes, coconut oil or coconut cream. I don't have any. Veggie or chicken stock. Some dried herbs. Those are kaffir lime leaves. Anyway, so if you look at basmati rice, we're seeing curries on top of them. Think of a butter chicken or, I don't know, vindaloo or something. Basmati rice is used in India, okay, primarily. It's a bit longer grain, but still white rice. Jasmine rice, if we look at these, we see stir fries on them, okay? These are used in Thailand, Vietnam, okay? Thai, jasmine, it's very aromatic. So is basmati. These are two of my favorite. Bit stickier, not as sticky. Both of these rices, you'll get instructions. Okay, so these basmati and jasmine and any white rice doesn't hurt to get rinsed, especially if you don't want it to be a big clumpy mess. You want to rinse your rice a few times, like 3 rinses for our basmati or jasmine. The water is pretty cloudy. That's all the starchy water. Okay, so you're gonna rinse that water until, or you're gonna rinse the rice until it sort of comes clear. Cold water. Okay, don't worry about getting rid of all the water. It's okay if there's some left in there. You can just kind of guess how much is still in there and add the prescribed amount as per the package, okay? But yeah, always rinse your rice, okay? Still a little wet, that's okay. I'm just gonna add some water to it now and then put it on a boil. Okay, all that's in this pot now, this could be ready to go. It's just jasmine rice that's been rinsed 3 times and there's just water. But if I wanted a coconut jasmine rice, which is really delicious, and I make all the time, I could use either some coconut oil, a big heaping tablespoon of that, and usually I'll put something some type of sweetener in there, honey, maple syrup, or even some white sugar, brown sugar, to sweeten up the coconut rice. I might throw in some chicken broth too, maybe some lime leaves. You can get those at most Asian groceries, or you could just do the coconut oil and a little bit of sweetness and boil it that way. So that would be a Thai coconut rice. If you're making more of a Spanish rice, you're gonna wanna throw in perhaps some chicken stock, some diced tomatoes into the water. And that's gonna make you a Spanish rice, okay? Some salsa too if you wanted to. You could use brown rice for that, white rice, any of these, or just white conventional rice. I'm gonna put my rice on to boil. I'm gonna put it on maximum heat until it starts boiling. Then I may turn it down to simmer it. I'm not gonna stir my rice at all. That's going to agitate starch and make your rice sticky. Only if you're making California rolls or sushi rolls do you want your rice have a bit of stickiness. Otherwise, you don't stir rice and you rinse it to get rid of some of the starch so it doesn't become a big clumpy mess. All right guys, it's been about 5 to 7 minutes. Checking my rice. What I'm looking for are some steam tunnels, seeing those, showing that most of the water is evaporated, if not all of it. Tip it to the side. I don't see any water. Now a huge part of the cooking process is letting it sit and continue to steam. That's a large part of finishing the rice. So I'm going to take it off the heat. Okay. Get a lid on it. Okay. Whether it's the right size or not, it's just going to trap in the rest of that steam and continue to cook it. Ooh. Okay. Continue to cook it and make it a nice fluffy rice. So that's jasmine again. Okay, take my lid off. I am going to just kind of fluff up the rice. Okay, you should have perfectly fluffy jasmine rice. Again, I didn't stir this once. Once I put it on, I'm gonna taste it. It's good and tender. So that's just plain jasmine rice. Really, this only cooked for under 10 minutes. Most white rices will, especially, but then I let it sit with its lid on for 5 minutes. But if you're cooking brown rice, it's going to take much longer because you still have the bran on the outside of the grain left on, just like wheat. This is like whole wheat rice, but there isn't any gluten in it, remember. And you've got white rice, okay, the bran's removed. Brown rice takes a good like 30 to 40 minutes to cook because of that bran needs to get permeated. All right, you can get instant or quick brown rice, still tastes pretty good. Okay, you don't necessarily need to rinse these rices. You won't get as much starch off of them, but because these have the bran already removed, you will be able to get some starch off of it, so it's not as sticky and clumpy. Okay, again, you can use tomatoes, salsa for extra flavor, for more of a Spanish rice, and add vegetables to it and just cook it the exact same way. Or you can just spice up regular rice by adding chicken stock or veggie stock or bone broth, anything to it. You can put coconut oil or a can of coconut milk or some coconut milk, just as if you were using water. So if you didn't have coconut milk or cream of coconut, you can use coconut oil, which I do all the time. And that's actually great too to have with white rice because it actually slows down the digestion of that simple carbohydrate, the white rice, and doesn't turn into sugar quite as quickly. So it's good for just keeping your insulin levels lower when you add a fat to it. Okay, so it's slowly digested, okay, because of the fat. Anyway, and what else? Yeah, these are great with the Thai rice or some fresh tomatoes. Always season too, salt and pepper if you want to. So try making some rice. See what you have in your cupboard. Okay, spice up some rice with some coconut milk or coconut oil, or some spices like turmeric, or some canned tomatoes for some Spanish rice. There are a lot of different other types of rices out there. I might do another one on risotto, which is a short grain rice, and risotto is an Italian dish. That rice gets stirred the entire time you're cooking it, and it's made into a very creamy dish. Risotto is an entree, so it's a main course.